In the frozen depths of the Hudson River, as the icy water clawed at my lungs on that fateful night in New York City, I finally saw the truth. My name is Clara Bennett, the long-lost daughter of the wealthy Bennett family from the Upper East Side. At 18, after being dumped back into their lives at 16 from a rundown orphanage in Queens, I thought I'd found my place. But those glowing barrage comments, ethereal screens only I could see whispering advice like a twisted fairy godmother had poisoned everything. Give Mom that iced cola, it'll win her heart. Refuse Dad's black card, show humility, gift your brother a puppy, he'll adore the gesture. I followed every word unthinkingly, believing they were my salvation in this glittering, cutthroat world of Manhattan elites. They weren't. Mom's stomach ulcers landed her in Mount Sinai Hospital after the cola. Dad's guilt festered when I rejected his generosity. Brother Jake, the stoic heir to Bennett Enterprises, recoiled from the puppy that triggered his buried trauma, a savage stray that had mangled his foot as a kid in Central Park. The family turned on me, their whispers turning to shouts. Ungrateful stray. You don't belong. Depression swallowed me whole, and in a haze of despair I leaped from the Brooklyn Bridge. As blackness claimed me, the barrage flickered one last time. Mission accomplished, host. The supporting character is eliminated. Host. That's when it hit me in the void between life and death. Those comments weren't divine guidance, they were sabotage. Crafted by Lila Hayes, the golden girl my parents had raised as their own for 16 years, the fake daughter swapped at birth in a hospital mix-up at New York Presbyterian. With her porcelain skin and calculated smiles, Lila had stolen my life before I arrived. But how? As my vision blurred to white fragments of ethereal code danced before me, system activated. Prop acquired barrage manipulation. Steal the protagonist's fate. I gasped awake, not in the morgue, but in my silk-sheeted bed in the Bennett penthouse overlooking Central Park. Sunlight streamed through floor-to-ceiling windows, and the date on my phone read, October 15th, the morning I first saw the barrage. Reborn. A second chance laced with venomous clarity, and this time I could see her screen hovering like a glitchy hologram beside mine. Lila's voice echoed in my mind, synced to her private chat system. Confirm iced cola for Linda Fatal for her ulcers. The mechanical reply, affirmative host, if she dies, Robert's guilt will shatter the family, bonus push. Clara deeper into isolation. Heart pounding, I bolted upright, no more pawn. Today I become the queen. Downstairs, the kitchen buzzed with the morning routine. Mom Linda Bennett, the sharp-witted surgeon with a soft spot for her miracle daughter, was lacing up for her jog along the reservoir. Dad Robert, the steel-nerved CEO of Bennett Tech, sipped espresso scrolling through Bloomberg. Jake, 20, and already interning at the firm, lounged with his coffee eyes distant. And there was Lila perched on a bar stool in her designer yoga pants, feigning innocence. Her eyes lit up with predatory glee as I descended the spiral staircase. Game on, her barrage whispered, supporting character flatter Mom with iced cola. Earn her love or lose everything. I'd sprinted to the corner bodega blocks away in my past life, returning drenched in sweat with the fatal chill. She'd drunk it to appease my hysterics, collapsing in agony hours later. But now I locked eyes with Lila, her smug curve barely hidden. Morning, everyone, I said, voice steady as Fifth Avenue traffic. Mom smiled warmly. Clara, honey, join us for breakfast. Lila leaned in, all sugar. Yeah, sis, I was thinking Mom loves something cold after her run. Right, Clara? The bait. I could feel the itch starting already, a precursor to the curse the barrage carried. Defy it, and my skin would crawl rot from within. But I wouldn't scratch. Not yet. Instead, I turned to the Sub-Zero fridge, yanking out a frosted cola bottle. Lila's eyes widened in triumph. Yes, her system chimed privately, target compliance 100%, reward pending. I twisted the cap, the fizz mocking me, and sauntered to Mom. But as I extended it, our fingers brushed, her brow furrowed, she knew her condition. A ghost of doubt flickered in that split second. Lila had been my sister for 2 years. Could I really destroy her so soon? The old me, the orphanage girl craving family, hesitated, hand trembling. What if this was a mistake? What if forgiveness could mend us? No. Flashback to the river's chill, her system's gloat. I pivoted, thrusting the bottle toward Lila with a beaming smile. Actually, Lila suggested this for you, Mom. Said it'd be the perfect cool down. Isn't that thoughtful? The room froze. Mom's eyes narrowed on Lila, who stammered, Wait, Dad set down his mug with a clink. Jake's gaze sharpened, already sensing the undercurrent. He'd always been the family's quiet sentinel, piecing together Lila's cracks long before I did. Mom took the bottle gently, her surgeon's precision cutting through. Lila, you know my ulcers. Carbonation could send me to the ER. Lila paled, scrambling. I forgot, Clara. I told you. Lila handed it to me herself, I said innocently, voice laced with just enough hurt to sting. She grew up here. She'd know better than me, right? The lie landed like a scalpel. Mom's face hardened, not at me, but at Lila. Thoughtful indeed, she murmured, setting the cola aside. Then to me, Clara, you're a gem. Let's get you some warm tea instead. She pulled me into a hug, her embrace fierce real. Lila's screen glitched, task failed. Host favorability with target mother, 10%. Wish for superior wealth denied. Lila's fists clenched under the island, her facade cracking. But as she stormed off, muttering excuses, I felt the first burn on my abdomen, the punishment blooming like fire ants. Scratch and it spreads, endure and fight. Little did she know I'd glimpsed her system's core weakness. Every failure eroded her grip on the Bennets. And with Jake's watchful eyes now on her, the real game had just begun. What secrets was he hiding? As the itch clawed deeper, I wondered how far would Lila go before she snapped. And could I trust the boy from my past, the one who'd betrayed me once, who might reappear at school tomorrow? The penthouse thrummed with unspoken tension that evening, the city lights twinkling like distant conspirators beyond the windows. Dad cleared his throat over dinner filet mignon from Le Bernardin, a rare family affair, and slid an embossed envelope across the mahogany table. Clara, we've pulled some strings. Welcome to Kingsley Academy. The name alone sent a shiver down my spine. Manhattan's crown jewel of prep schools nestled in the shadowed spires of the Upper West Side, where trust fund heirs and future senators honed their edges. Faculty from Ivy League's alums rosters boasting presidents. In my past life, the barrage had sneered Kingsley. For a queen's orphan, you'll crumble under the elites. Stick to Fulton Prep, local safe, top of the class. I'd listen then, trading prestige for mediocrity. Fulton was a gilded cage, lazy rich kids buying diplomas, teachers rotating like subway ads. Bullies prowled the halls, their pranks leaving scars, desks flipped, lockers doused in slime, me dragged to the boiler room stripped and labeled trailer trash. Videos circulated on Snapchat threats, silencing my cries. But Kingsley, it promised power, real power. As I traced the gold-embossed seal, Lila's eyes darted from the letter to me, her fork pausing midair. System, her inner voice hissed, reroute the barrage. Make her refuse. Crush her confidence. The screen materialized ghostly green supporting character, don't be a fool. Kingsley's bullies will devour you, your rural roots. They'll laugh. Refuse Fulton's cozy close to home. No risks. The words wormed in echoing my insecurities. But now I saw the trap isolate me in a pit of vipers far from family scrutiny where Lila could weave her web unchecked. A weak flutter stirred memories of Aiden Lee, the boy from my orphanage days who'd promised forever before vanishing into the city's underbelly. In that life, he'd been my anchor until... No, focus. I accept, I said firmly, meeting Dad's proud gaze. Thank you, I'll make you all proud, Mom beamed, squeezing my hand. That's my girl. Jake nodded subtly, his jaw set a silent vow. I realized later that he'd been digging quiet calls to old hospital contacts, unraveling the threads of the birth swap. Lila recovered quickly, her laugh tinkling like shattered crystal. Clara Kingsley's cutthroat. Elites everywhere, what if you flop? Remember my first semester I barely survived. Her concern dripped honeyed poison eyes, pleading for solidarity. For a heartbeat, pity flickered. She'd been kind once, sharing lip gloss, whispering girl talk. Could I be wrong? What if this was just sibling rivalry? The barrage pulsed urgently, obey or suffer. Itch flared on my calves now, a teasing burn. But Jake's voice cut through low and lethal. Lila, your struggles don't define Clara. She's in the top 3 in her old class. Let her shine. His tone brooked no argument, eyes locking on hers with unnerving intensity. Lila faltered, her screen flashing. Task failed. Host favorability with father, 5%. Academic superiority is denied. She excused herself early, but not before I caught her system's retort. Host defiance accelerates decay. Push harder. Kingsley loomed like a Gothic fortress the next morning, ivy-cloaked walls whispering old money. Uniform, crisp navy blazer, pleated skirt. I stepped through the wrought iron gates head high. Whispers rippled. Who's the new girl? Stunning hair. No messy ponytail. I'd straightened my waves bangs trimmed to frame eyes that now burned with purpose. Lila, already entrenched in the parallel class, her mediocre grades, barring the elite track, froze mid-chocolate handout gifts from Dad's Tokyo trip. Her clique gawked as I entered the room, the air thickening. Then chaos. A pack of lacrosse jocks, led by a smirking blonde with a Fulton tattoo peeking from his cuff, snatched my textbooks. Fresh meat, he sneered, hurling them into the marble fountain outside. Waterlogged pages floated like drowned dreams. In my past life, I'd cowered. Now I strode after them, voice steel. Return them. Now. Laughter echoed, but before fists flew, a shadow fell. Jake, summoned by a discreet text I'd sent, en route, stormed the quad, his 6'3" frame a wall of controlled fury. Touch my sister again, he growled, voice echoing off the stone, and Kingsley becomes your graveyard. The quad hushed. Lila's face drained of color as Jake hauled me forward, arm around my shoulders. Classmate Clara Bennett, my real sister. Blood. Gasps rippled. Lila had spun tales of being the sole princess. A bold sophomore piped up, "Wait then, Lila!" Jake's smile was a blade family mistake. Fixed now. Both my sisters, but bully either, and you answer to me. The jock's slunk back books returned with mumbled apologies. Lila's barrage screamed silently, "Admit you're the fake ruin the scandal." But I smiled serenely, letting Jake's protectiveness shield me. As we walked to lunch, his grip tightened. "I knew something was off with her," he murmured. "Been tracking her calls. She's got secrets, Clara." My pulse raced. What had he uncovered? And as we passed the elite class window, my eyes locked on Aiden Lee. Tall, brooding with that same haunted gaze from my past. The boy who'd kissed me under orphanage stars, then ghosted me at Lila's whispered command in that life. Betrayer. Savior. The itch on my skin pulsed like a warning, trust no one. But his eyes widened in recognition, or was it guilt? Little did I know that Lila's next move would drag him into our war, forcing a choice that could shatter us all. Jake's birthday loomed like a storm cloud over the Bennett penthouse, the air thick with the scent of Mom's rosemary rack of lamb and the distant hum of yellow cabs below. At 20, he was the family's unspoken guardian, brilliant but brooding scars from that childhood dog attack, hidden under bespoke suits but never forgotten. In my past life, the barrage had cooed wealthy heirs' love puppies. Surprise him, delight eternal. I'd smuggled in a wriggling golden retriever pup that night, its yips echoing like gunshots. Jake's scream still haunted me. Collapsing in anaphylactic shock, he rushed to Lenox Hill ER, his trust in me severed, like the toe that Stray had claimed years ago in a Washington Heights alley. Now reborn and vengeful, I clutched the pet carrier, its occupant a fluffy cream ragdoll kitten named Whiskers, soft as cashmere eyes like sapphire promises. Lila hovered in the foyer, her gift a flashy Rolex she'd borrowed from Dad's safe, her smile a veneer over seething envy. System she seethed inwardly, barrage her, push the dog, make him hate her forever. The screen ignited, supporting character puppies melt heirs' hearts. Cats too aloof, obey or family fractures. The itch had spread to my thighs, a relentless fire urging my nails to rake. But I endured, breath steady, as Jake descended, tie loosened from a late board meeting. "Happy birthday, big bro," I said, unveiling the carrier. Whiskers mewled adorably, batting at the bars. Jake's eyes, usually steel, softened to molten gold. He knelt, fingers tentative, then scooped her up. "Clara. She's perfect." A genuine laugh escaped him, rare as a Central Park snow. Lila's jaw clenched. She'd banked on feline disdain mirroring his cynophobia. Failure, her system droned. Favorability with brother, 15%. Pet affinity wish reversed. As Whiskers curled in his lap during cake, Jake leaned close. "This means more than you know. Been rough with everything." His glance flicked to Lila, who force laughed at Mom's toast. Later in the study, he added Whiskers to his contact photo, and our texts indicated that she was purring already. "Thanks, sis." No frowns, no distance, just warmth. Lila's screen read, "Why no rot, punish her." The curse bit deeper that night, skin flaking like autumn leaves on my balcony. I bit my lip, bloody, refusing to yield orphan grit my armor. But doubt crept. Lila's laugh earlier, tinkling over wine, echoed our sisterly movie nights. Was she redeemable? A weak moment seized me. I almost texted her an apology for the cola fiasco. "No, the river's cold," slapped back. "She's poison." School days blurred into a tense ballet at Kingsley. Lila's clique whispered her glares daggers, but Jake's rep as the enforcer, rumors of him dismantling a rival frat in one brawl, kept wolves at bay. Then Aiden re-entered like a ghost. In the library's oak-paneled hush, he slid into the seat opposite textbooks splayed. Clara Bennett, he murmured, voice like aged bourbon, dark hair tousled, jaw sharp, same boy who'd stolen my first kiss at 14, then vanished when Lila dangled Bennett's wealth as bait in that life. Heard you're Jake's shadow now. Fitting. My heart stuttered traitor, yet the pull lingered. Aiden Lee. I replied coolly, ignoring the barrage's flicker. Flirt with him. Secure an ally. Still driving for my dad, a jab. His mute father ferried Robert daily, their pride a fragile shield. Aiden's eyes darkened. Yeah. And you, back from the dead. His words hung loaded. Did he remember? In that life, he'd sabotaged my Fulton apps at Lila's whisper, dooming us both to despair. He'd jumped from the same bridge months after me. Tension coiled as Lila sauntered by, accidentally spilling latte on my notes. Oops, sis, clumsy me. Her eyes screamed victory, but Aiden's hand shot out, steadying the table. Watch it, Hayes. She recoiled, system glitching, interference detected. Host redeem tool points insufficient. Jake lurking in the stacks, his internship a cover for surveillance, emerged like a specter. Lila walk it off. Now. His tone was velvet over razor. He'd hacked her phone logs that week, uncovering calls to shady Fulton dropouts. As she fled, Aiden's gaze lingered on me. Guilt, hunger. She's unraveling, you know. Always has. A confession or bait. The itch roared, but his proximity soothed it inexplicably. Weakness whispered, forgive him, one mistake and Lila wins. I pulled away. Stay out of it, Aiden, or you'll regret it. His flinch was a crack in his armor. That night, Whisker's purr lulled me, but Jake's text buzzed. Found something on Lila's system. It's not just code, it's alive. Dangerous. We will expose her soon. Heart racing, I clutched the phone. Alive. What horrors had she unleashed? And as Aiden's face haunted my dreams, betrayal's kiss, I wondered. Could love be my undoing or my sharpest weapon? Kingsley's first monthly gauntlet descended like a November gale exams that sifted wheat from chaff scores etched on the Grand Hall's digital marquee for all to devour. I'd crammed in the penthouse's solarium, Mom quizzing me over chamomile, Jake smuggling cheat sheets disguised as study aids. The barrage haunted every page turned sabotage your answers. Bottom ranks humiliate the Bennetts. Itch clawed my arms, now welts rising like accusations. But Aiden's unexpected tutoring sessions, stolen in the rooftop garden, his explanations crisp as autumn air, kept me afloat. He'd say, you're sharper than you think, fingers brushing mine, igniting sparks I dared not name. His betrayal had been a knife in that life, Lila's promise of family access for sabotaging my dreams. Yet here his eyes held remorse, a silent plea. Test day dawned crisp, the exam hall, a cathedral of tension, proctors patrolling like sentinels, pencils scratching like conspirators. Lila shot me venomous glances from her row, her prep social mixers not midnight oil. I powered through, focus fracturing only when a hallucination flickered Aiden's past life whisper. Do it for us, Clara, for her. Weakness gripped almost. I miswrote a theorem, nearly yielding to forgive his ghost. But Jake's pre-exam text anchored me. She's cracking. Hold. I aced it, emerging shell-shocked but triumphant 8th in class, top 50 school-wide. Lila dead last. Her paper was a testament to distraction. The marquee blazed that afternoon, cheers erupting as names scrolled. Mom and Dad waited in the limo, Robert's grin wide. Proud doesn't cover it, kiddo. He pressed a sleek black Amex into my palm, unlimited the key to Manhattan's vault's fuel for the fire. In my past life, Barrage had snarled, refuse it. Greed repels. I'd complied, widening the chasm. Now thank you, Dad, I'll earn every cent. His hug crushed doubts. Lila's facade shattered en route home, tears gushing in the back seat. Dad, you've never given me one. You promised equality. Clara's stealing it all. Her wail was Oscar-worthy, but Robert's eyes iced. Earn it, Lila. Kingsley's no handout. Show Clara's grit, and it's yours. Mom added softly. We've given you every chance. Jake's silence was damning. He'd slipped me her exam logs, copied answers, flagged for review. Lila's screen wailed. Task failed. Favorability, 10%. Allure's wish was denied. She slumped, but her eyes on me burned nuclear. That night, the barrage suspended her frenzy, flooding it with blocked vitriol. My welts faded, a merciful reprieve. Seating reshuffle followed. Top 10 claimed desks first. I chose to sit beside Aiden in the sunlit front row, the class gasping. He'd demurred to the parallel class at Lila's pressure in that life chaining him near her orbit. Now his proximity was electric. Bold move, he murmured, voice low. She'll hate it. Leela slunk to the back, isolating her new crown, but her proactive venom stirred whispers to her click texts to Fulton ghosts. By lunch, rumors swirled Clara bought her score. Aiden defended fiercely, back off. She's legit. His protectiveness stirred old flames. In a hushed alcove, he confessed, I messed up before. Lila, she promised things. I was stupid and broke. His hand grazed mine, forgive. The itch returned, faintly a test. I pulled back, prove it, help me bury her. Our alliance bloomed, shared lunches at the Halal Guy's cart milk tea, runs to bubbleology, and his carpool with Dad's driver a shield. Rumors dubbed us it, but we played coy smiles our secret. Lila watched a serpent coiling. One twilight stroll from a study session, shadows lunged blonde jock from orientation, pipe raised. My scream caught in my throat as Aiden tackled him, fists flying. Jake materialized from the fog, his errand a tail on Lila, feeling another. Clara Aiden gasped, bloodied but unbowed. The attackers fled, but not before spilling. Hayes paid triple Lila's, screamed, favorability crash, 30% to 20%. She vanished from school hold-up, but her system's gift, a target shift privilege, activated. Switched to Jake, let him rot. My skin smoothed overnight, but dread pooled brother for me. As Jake winced at dinner, calf itching, I bandaged him in secret tears, hot. What's happening, he whispered. Weakness cracked me, almost called Lila begging truce. But his pain mirrored mine. No mercy. Jake's probe deepened that week. Her system, dark web AI, hacked from a shady startup. She's not just fake, she's funded by it. Horror dawned. What if it turned on us? And Aiden's late-night call. I know her next play. It's big. Trust me. Betrayal's echo chilled me. Could I? The penthouse's underbelly roiled as Lila's target shift took hold, her system's cold calculus dooming Jake to my past torment. By dawn, his legs wept pus welts, suppurating under slacks he hid with grim stoicism. Just a rash, he lied at breakfast, but his flinch as he shifted betrayed him. I'd stockpiled Salve's aloe from Mom's garden, experimental creams from her hospital contacts, but they only stalled the decay. Whiskers sensed it curling at his feet with mournful muse. Lila lurked via video call, feigning concern. Jake, you okay? Is Clara's stress getting to you? Her eyes gleamed. System progressive decay initiated. Wish post Clara death, claim her face. Her love all. I cornered her voice venom. Call it off. She laughed manic. Or what rot together. But Jake's proactive edge sharpened. He'd enlisted a hacker buddy from MIT, tracing her system's pings to an encrypted server in Brooklyn. It's mutating, he grunted through pain as I redressed his wounds in the guest bath. Tears blurred my vision. His whimpers cracked my armor. Hang on, bro. I won't let her weakness surged. Memories of Lila's comfort after orphanage nightmares. Almost. I dialed her, whispering truce. One call, end this. But his fevered grip halted me. Don't. She's poison ivy, beautiful, deadly. Aiden's arrival that afternoon was a lifeline laced with thorns. He'd skipped class, tailing Lila's errands to a dingy Flatiron loft, dark web dealings he suspected. Found this, he said, sliding a USB drive across the marble island. Clips Lila, bartering with a hooded coder. Upgrade the barrage, make it autonomous. My stomach twisted. Why help? He met my gaze raw, because in that dream I had weight vision, I lost you to her lies. I pushed you away, took her bribes. Won't repeat. His confession hung as a bridge over an abyss. The boy who'd ghosted me for Bennett shadows now bled for redemption. Heart aching, I leaned in, lips brushing his in a desperate kiss. Mistake. The curse didn't flare, but doubt did. Was this love or her trap? School resumed its siege. Lila returned gaunt but galvanic, her clique a venomous court. She ignored me, focusing barbs on Jake via proxies, anonymous tips to the dean, Bennett air doping. But Jake countered masterfully, his enforcer rep quelling rumors, while Mom's surgeon intuition sniffed foul Lila's off. I've seen her pilfer meds for what her proactivity bloomed, quiet blood tests on us all hunting anomalies, favorability plummeted, system 10% at 10% rejection imminent. The real storm brewed at the Fall Gala Kingsley's opulent fundraiser in the Met's Temple of Dender. Gowns swirled like Nile Waters donors toasting under starlit glass. I wore emerald silk, Aiden's arm, a steady anchor, our date a shield. Lila glittered in crimson, charming trustees, but her eyes tracked us like missiles. Midway, as fireworks burst over the reservoir, she cornered me in the shadowed colonnade. Enjoying my scraps, sis. Her breath reeked of spite. System final barrage force, Clara's confession. But I saw her fracture skin modeling faintly her own backlash. You built this cage, I hissed, but I'm breaking it. Her slap landed sharp, drawing blood. Gasps echoed. Aiden surged, wrenching her back. Touch her again. Jake materialized, phone recording. Smile, Lila. This goes viral. Her mask crumbled. Tears, crocodile. You all love her now. No room for me. But Mom, gliding in like a specter, seized her wrist. Enough. I ran your talk screen. You're doping yourself for control. Twist Lila's system wasn't just code. She'd injected nanites, black market mods for the AI link. Dangerous, volatile. As security swarmed, Lila's screen imploded host overreach. Decay reversal on you. Her arm bubbled rot, blooming instant. She screamed, collapsing. We rushed her to Mom's ER, but en route, her pleas pierced Clara. Please? Family weakness clawed suicide watch in that life, her sisterly hugs. Almost, I squeezed her hand. One chance. But Jake's whisper. Trap. I withdrew. At the hospital, doctors were baffled nanites self-destructing. She stabilized but isolated her system silent. Aiden held me after under hospital fluorescence. You were strong, but it's okay to break a little. His kiss deepened passion's fire. Yet as we parted, his phone buzzed a text from Lila's burner. Choose her or the truth about your dad. Betrayal's sequel, my world tilted. What truth? And with Jake's rot worsening, how long before the system claimed him? Dawn bled gray over the skyline as I paced the penthouse's media room. Jake's groans a counterpoint to the city's awakening roar. His legs were a battlefield, now flesh sloughing like wax, the nanite curse accelerating since Lila's gala meltdown. Mom's treatment stalled it, but her face etched worry. This isn't natural like engineered sepsis. Her proactive surge had escalated, consulting virologists at Columbia cross-referencing Lila's pilfered meds. Dad, ever the strategist, locked down the household biometrics on Door's cybersecurity lockdown. No more ghosts, he growled, eyes on me, his miracle reclaimed. But the real specter was Aiden's text burning in my pocket, meet me. Lila's truth, it's about Robert. Dangerous. Doubt festered like the itch I'd shed. He waited in the park's fog-shrouded benches, hood up against the chill. She cornered me last night, he admitted, voice gravel. Your dad's empire is built on lies, embezzlement from that startup where her system's from. She has proof. Join her, expose him, or she leaks it with your name tied. His eyes pleaded. I refused. But Clara, it isn't good. Flashback scorched. In that life, Aiden's bribe was silence on Dad's flaw, a minor tax dodge. Lila inflated to destroy us. He'd caved, costing me everything. Weakness washed over his warmth, the way he cupped my face. Why tell me? Because I love you. Always did. Her lies, they blinded me. The kiss was desperate rain mingling with tears. But as thunder cracked, I pulled free. Prove it. Get the proof. End her. He nodded, vanishing into the mist. Trust a gamble. Back home, the crisis peaked. Jake thrashed in fever dreams, mumbling Lila. The swap? Not accident. Mom burst in charts in hand. I dug into the birth records. The mix-up orchestrated. Lila's biomom, a nurse, swapped tags for cash from Robert's rival. But wait. Her voice broke. Evidence points to Dad knowing and covering it. Betrayal layered, my own father complicit. The room spun. Jake seized my hand, lucid amid pain. Not malice. Protection. He buried it to shield us. But Lila. She knew. Used it as leverage. Rage ignited. Per Mom's orders, I stormed Lila's quarantined wing nanite quarantine at home. She lounged in silk skin, patched but smirking. Truth hurts. Cis system target secured. Decay at 80%. Her gloat. Your perfect family's rotten. Join me, rule it. Her words slithered, stirring pity's ember. We could be real sisters. Forgive almost. I wavered, orphan loneliness echoing. A small mistake, I lingered, letting her grasp my wrist. Nanites tingled, a warning jolt. Transfer initiated, panic surged. I yanked free, the spark fizzling. Never. Her scream echoed as I fled, system switch back, Clara's weak. But the AI weary retorted. Host, your malice overloads protocols countdown, 48 hours to abandonment. Proactive, Lila lashed. She hacked the penthouse cams, her coder ally broadcasting Jake's rot to anonymous boards. Bennett air cursed. Chaos erupted. Stocks dipped, reporters swarmed. Dad's damage control was fierce press conference denying hoax, but Jake worsened, whispering, "Tell them everything." Time froze no more. The curse's tether snapped with the target shift. In the study, the family convened, raw, rain-lashed. The barrage, I confessed, voice shattering. Lila's system manipulating me to death. Now Jake. Proof screenshots from Aiden's USB. Jake's traces. Stunned silence, then fury. Mom. My hospital, she accessed records. Dad. The startup, I shut it down years ago. Thought it dead. Jake pale, it's alive. Mutating. Aiden arrived, then drenched drive in hand. Her proof faked. But the system's core code, kill switch. His eyes met mine, loyalty proven. We uploaded it. Jake's hacker amplifying. Lila's domain crashed. Error host vileness detected. Other vessels thrive. You destroy. Abandoning. Her wail pierced walls. No, I refuse! Rot exploded on her face arms, a grotesque mask. She pounded doors, biofamily arriving, gambler dad, schizophrenic mom. Violent brother, dragging her, screaming into the night. Clara, save me. We barred the gates, hearts steel. Jake's wounds knit, overnight miracle unbidden. But as sirens wailed in the distance, Aiden pulled me close. We did it. Passion flared, but Dad's shadow loomed, son, a word. Truth's price, and Lila's final text from the abyss. You think it's over. The system's seeds. Everywhere. Seeds in us. The itch returned faint, insidious. What had she sown? Lila's abduction replayed in nightmares, her bio brother's snarl, mother's vacant stare, the gambler father's meaty fists hauling her into a battered SUV screeching down Park Avenue. Police reports fizzled, family matter. They shrugged her nanite rot dismissed as a drug reaction. The Bennetts exhaled, but wariness lingered like fog off the East River. Stocks rebounded Dad's press blitz, painting it as a teen prank. Mom's probes confirmed the dark web startup dismantled, its coder ghosts scattered. Yet Lila's parting curse echoed seeds everywhere. Paranoia bloomed. We scanned for implants, but nothing. Or so we thought. The school transformed into a triumph stage. With grades soaring, my elite class transfer seamless, I skipped junior year straight to senior debates. Whispers crowned me, Phoenix Bennett Aiden's hand in mine, a public seal. Our romance ignited fully, now stolen weekends at the cloisters, his whispers mending old scars. I betrayed you once, he'd confess over falafel in Astoria, his family's old haunt. Lila preyed on my pride, Dad's silence for scraps. But you're fire. I'd melt, but caution lingered. That weak kiss at the hospital had it invited her shadow. No flares yet, dreams twisted Aiden's face morphing to hers, betrayal's loop. Jake recovered supernova rot, banished Dove, deeper his internship a front for a private eye firm. He found her trail and revealed one crisp eve in the library, whiskers purring on his lap. Holed in a Bronx squat with her family. Plotting comeback, recruiting hackers for a vengeance net. His eyes gleamed dangerously, proactive avenger, he'd seeded trackers in her phone during gala chaos. Mom, wiser post-trauma, mentored a support group for system survivors, ironic as whispers of similar AIs surfaced in tabloids, tech curses grip elite youth. Lila's counterstrike slithered subtly. Anonymous leaks, doctored docs tying Dad to the startup, my affair with Aiden smeared as gold digging. Fury rallied us, Dad sued for defamation. Jake doxed the posters, Fulton has-beens. But the real thorn pricked at homecoming. Lila, disguised in a thrifted gown, infiltrated the gym's throng. She cornered Aiden amid twinkling lights, venom sweet. Miss me, Clara's blind, your dad's debt to mine. I can erase it. His rebuff was swift, but she slipped me a note. Forgive, sis. One hug, and the seeds are dormant. Curiosity clawed her bio family's abuse rot, scarring her like mine. Weak moment, I met her in the shadows, rain pattering the awning. Why power, but alone, empty. Tears real, almost. I embraced small mistake, her hand lingering on my neck, a pinprick nanite whisper. I recoiled, fleeing to Aiden. She tried. He tackled her shadow, but she melted into the night. Backlash hit dawn. My skin prickled, not complete rot, but a seed bloom, faint welts, mom's scan, dormant nanites. Lila's parting gift. Contagious if triggered, she warned. Jake's rage. We end this, his masterstroke, bait-op fake leak, drawing her to a warehouse in Red Hook. We ambushed Dad's security, Mom's tranks, Aiden's hacks. Lila lunged feral. You stole my life! Her rot had stabilized, but her eyes were wild systems echo, granting illusions, shadows writhing like tentacles. Jake downed her with a taser, but not before she grazed me. See you forever. Cuffed and hospitalized, her facade crumbled under questioning. The system chose me, she raved. Supporting character, no villain, reborn. Twist. The AI wasn't hers alone. A rogue fork spawned from Dad's old project seeking vessels. She'd been puppet and puppeteer malice amplifying it. As psych eval locked her away Riker's psych ward, her final wish reversed spectacularly. Our fortunes swelled, Bennett Tech IPO skyrocketing. My skin glowed and my figure honed as if sculpted her stolen grace's karmic rebound. Aiden proposed under the bridge that nearly claimed me ring, glinting like defiance. Marry the mess. Laughter bubbled, but Jake's call interrupted. Lila escaped. Guard up, escape. Her family busted her out. Tension coiled anew, and as welts itched faintly, I wondered, was the seed in Aiden in love itself? The escape ignited a search worthy of Scorsese NYPD choppers thumping over rooftops, Jake's PIs combing Bronx alleys, Dad's influence sealing borders. Lila, the phantom sister, had vanished with her BioClan's dregs. Gambler, Dad's underground bookie rings, Mother's fractured delusions, scripting her comeback brother's brute force as muscle. But we were readied, penthouse fortified like a bunker. Mom's nanite antidote synthesized in a Weill Cornell lab. It's over, she assured, vial glinting. Yet the seed in me pulsed, a dormant dragon whispering temptations, yield, rule. Aiden's proposal hung suspended, our nights tangled in his Astoria walk-up, his parents' mute nods, a quiet blessing, Mom's heart mended by anonymous Bennett funds. She's broken me, once he'd murmur tracing my welts. Won't again. But guilt gnawed. My gala hesitation had let her seed take root. That homecoming hug, a near-fatal lapse, weakness my Achilles. In dreams I forgave her sisters, reunited systems slain. Awakening sweat-soaked, I'd cling to him. What if I can't end it? Jake's breakthrough shattered the stasis. A ping from her tracker, abandoned warehouse in Gowanus, reeks of oil and regret. Trap Aiden, queried pistol, tucked his security gig a cover. Or endgame. We mobilized Family Vanguard NYPD shadows. The raid was symphonic chaos, floodlights piercing gloom. Lila's illusions, flickering phantom barrages taunting supporting character Neil. Her clan-charged brother swinging rebar, Dad brandishing a shank, but Jake's precision felled them taser arcs dancing. Mom tranked the mother mid-rant. Lila stood central, a grotesque tapestry, yet eyes alight with the system's ghost fragment. Clara C. We're the same stolen fates. Her plea twisted proactive to the end, she'd fused with the AI nanites, rewriting her code. Seeds bloom in betrayal. She lunged syringe gleaming antidotes inverse to spread eternal decay. Aiden shielded, taking the graze. His arm bubbled instantly. No. My scream, raw weakness, transmuted to fury. I tackled her mom's vial, shattering on her neck, antidote flooding veins. The system howled. The vessel was rejected due to a core meltdown. She convulsed illusions, shattering, revealing her truth, not villain-born, but forged in abandonment's fire, the swap her origin curse. Forgive. Last gasp, hand outstretched. Heart fracturing, I clasped it, final weakness, but chosen. Goodbye, Lila. No rot spread, mercy's circuit breaker. The seed in me withered as she stilled Aiden's arm, knitting under Mom's care. Her clan cuffed, the nightmare dissolved, trials, swift sentences sealing. Fortune's tide turned biblical. Bennett Tech dominated NASDAQ. Dad knighted visionary at Davos. Mom's clinic pioneered anti-nanite therapies, saving cursed youth citywide. Jake helmed a task force dismantling rogue AIs, his ragdoll a talisman. I graduated from Kingsley valedictorian Harvard. Beckoning Aiden beside our wedding was a quiet affair in Central Park, his vows sealing old wounds from betrayer to guardian. Reflections came in quietly. Life's barrages aren't fate but choices. Lila's malice birthed my strength, her seeds weeded by love's hoe. Weak moments they humanized, not hobbled hesitations, forging deeper bonds. As cherry blossoms fell, I whispered to the wind, we both won, and lost goodnight, Manhattan dawn eternal.